How would 12,500 affect your life right now? Dental work I've been putting off for 8 years. Had two cracked and broken teeth from an accident that I just can't afford to fix. Truly wish dental health wasn't considered a luxury. Well, I know regular health is too, but a little lesser than dental. I hope that you are able to get them fixed. FR. People died rather often of dental issues in before the 1800s. Seeing as I got laid off yesterday, it would be pretty big. Best Buy. Yeah. My fiancé was yesterday too, it hurts. I am very sorry. I could help my mom. We've been struggling a bit, but if I got that money and gave it to her she'd be much less stressed. I'd do the same. My mom is getting kicked out of her house at the end of the month, and she has been so stressed trying to find a new place. It breaks my heart to see her so scared. I'd give her that money to go towards a new place. Pay off my school debt. My student loan debt remaining is exactly my 401k. It is so tempting to just take that and wipe the debt out. Do not do that. You would owe tax on your early 401k withdrawal. Long term, keep the money there and keep paying the debt down every month just a little bit more. Debt paid off and the rest into savings. Not life changing, but helpful. Seriously. Even 2000 would give me a heck of a lot of peace of mind. 12,500 would be borderline life changing. 12k is enough to allow a lot of people to leave bad relationships. You know, I never looked at it that way. You have a big point there. All of the afford my meds in this thread is heartbreaking. I'd use it to buy these people's meds. Two types of answers really. One, I'd use it on something immediately necessary like food or medicine. Or my children's medicine and food even. 2 lol Bitcoin, let's go. It would be life changing, but also not at the same time. I would be able to live more comfortably and go grocery shopping without penny pinching to an extreme degree. Rent wouldn't be a constant concern and I would be able to be more selective for my job choice rather than taking the first offer that comes my way. However, I would still have student debt, so I wouldn't be totally in the clear. Same here. Student debt is close to 100k for me. 12,500 would be nice for savings and things like a down payment on a house or a new car, but wouldn't make a dent in my debt. Probably lose it all trying to settle a score with a hedge fund. Apes together strong. When did WSB start saying ape instead of autist or retard? Fix my teeth mouth. Finally be able to eat. Smile. Be healthy. Me too. I'd get my teeth taken care of so I can finally know what it has like to smile with confidence. I am sure it would take up the entire 12k, but it would be worth it to me. Depends how bad they are. Mine cost a heck of a lot more than 12k. Wouldn't need to worry at the possibility of becoming homeless soon. Could also afford to get my driver's license 3,000 on average where I live, and this would increase my chances of finding a job so I can keep paying further bills, rent etc. Plus I could afford having my teeth done now rather than later when they've gotten even worse, so I'd need to pay even more then. Rest would go to my mom since she might face temporary unemployment due to the pandemic. Where on earth are you paying 3k for a driver's license? My mom died natural causes early October. I was her caretaker. She left zero money, no life insurance, and a lot of land taxes. I stopped my life to care for her. No regrets, but she left me in a pickle. I had to beg to get her buried. It was awful. My sister, only sibling, died of COVID 1 month prior to that. I didn't even have a chance to grieve. They all just died. I haven't eaten or slept in months. I am scared and lonely. I want to move forward, but money is the key here. 12,500 would change my life completely. I could get this old, packed with stuff house sold. I need help because the house is full of stuff and I am alone, and I take bags to Goodwill, but I'm only one person. I really need to just get the heck out of here. It's a sad place now. Pay off land taxes, which is holding up probate issues, and be able to build a life again. I hope. I am scared. Alone in the world now, and that amount would help me more than most would think. Edit. I just wanted to say a huge thank you for the most kind responses. It really means a lot to me. It does. You have no idea. This isolation is hard for all of us, and the connections and amazing comments are much appreciated. Thank you all so much. Edit to oh my gosh. The outpouring of support is amazing. I am in happy tear mode. My heart. Thanks all. Wow, I'm seriously so sorry I rarely ever reply to comments, no matter what they say, as I am mostly just an observer on Reddit, but your post is heartbreaking. I am praying for you, and I hope you know you aren't alone. Life is not fair, but you can make it through. You sound like an insanely strong person, even if you don't feel like it. Stay strong, friend. Pay off debt accumulated from supporting my alcoholic husband, thankfully semi-separated now for my MH, and get me back on track. He has been laid off and in recovery for 2 years now, but still gets on me for losing my breadwinner job benefits due to my medical disability. Learning my lessons on sunken cost fallacy. Just want to put money into savings and not into interest payments. These answers brought to you by the Concept Perspective. It's wild. I always read through and end up feeling very grateful for what little I have. It would change everything. I'd be able to know I can afford my medication for a while, food, housing, etc. I'd finally be able to fix my teeth and eat like a normal person. I posted an answer to this, and I realized my teeth are also very bad and painful, but that was so far down the list of things that I even think are feasible to exist and fix that it didn't occur to list it. Like living with dental issues brought on by poverty is like shame and pain on a new level. Paying off one of my student loans would be so helpful. Same here, although it's a little depressing when I think that any big paychecks or surprise money in the next 10 years will all go to those loans. Debt is so consuming. It's wild to me that the American dream is just to live without debt. Why you offering? Op is Ellen sitting in his chair masturbating to all our poverty porn. Literally the point of being a billionaire. I would get that psychological evaluation my therapist wants me to get. Also I'd get my teeth fixed. Big same with the psych eval. They can't really treat me for anything until I spend at least 1k to get a diagnosis of something treatable. So indefinite talk therapy it is. I'd be able to have my dog's ACL repaired. I just did this. Dog's limp is gone. Same. TPLO is crazy expensive. Barely came up with the money last time for her right leg. She ruptured her left one this year, but it's still attached, so I've been nursing her on slowly schwalks. Cause F me if I've got another 5k for her other leg. It seems to be helping. My grandpa almost had a fit when I told him how much her surgery cost and told me to just put her down. But she is my service dog, and after the war, I just can't bear it. It would allow us the security to take time off work and focus on our son, who went through brain surgery almost a year ago now for his epilepsy, who has lost most of his communication abilities. He should be in school, but our school board is full remote and healthcare services for these sorts of things are almost non-existent right now. So we both working full time, trying to be speech language therapists, teachers, parents, to him and our 3 other children. I don't know if anyone else said it to you, but you guys are good parents and people. I hope it gets better easier for your family. That would change my life a lot. I could replace a lot of my stuff that got burned, pay off debts, get the outside stray cats spayed so that I stop finding dead kittens around, which is pretty ducking demoralizing. And I could probably buy some decent groceries as well. It'd be gone really fast, but it would make such a massive difference to me. It would fix all of my problems. I'd be able to take my cat to the vet, catch up on my rent, catch up on bills, and I'd be able to afford my medicine for the next couple months. It would literally change my life. Hey, can I help you with your kitty at least? I'd probably take it, spend it on therapy sessions for my mental health. Maybe fix my laptop which fell apart and the manufacturer says it's my fault when the hinge was never attached in the first place. And save the rest for a rainy day. Sounds like you own a Dell. Or their G series did this, and Dell doesn't care. Dude, I am 14. My bedroom would be ducking lit. Mayo, I love this reply because it is so honest. I could pay for 2 of my medications for the year, cries an American. I feel you. Even with insurance my meds are hundreds of dollars a month. And that is after my deductible. It would mean I can eat for the rest of this pandemic. It would mean I can start my business with my sibling. It would mean not worrying about rent for a while. It would be a miracle. I hope all the best for you during the pandemic. It would pay off my wife's dental work and help us not have to pull money out of savings to pay for her mother's negligence. I'd definitely use it for dental work so I wouldn't feel like an embarrassment to my little boys. It would be life changing for me, but until then it has tons of overtime and zero smiling. I could pay off my debts and move out of my current house where my roommate's high school friends are draining my resources by being deadbeats. Get a lock on your door if you haven't already. Be able to buy a bed, pay off student loans, and get some certifications to get my ass out of retail. Really would be happy with 2k to do the first or third, to be honest. I would cry with happiness. Wouldn't change anything. I'd just added to my investment funds. Same. I am reading the responses and it makes me feel gratitude for my very fortunate circumstances. I am privileged. Indeed. Let us give thanks. Honestly, not much. It'd just go towards my loans. I'd need a lot more than $12,500 to fix this bullshit. Same with me. Would help but ultimately not change much in the short run. But it would make a dent in what I owe. It'd be able to pay my family back for helping with my dog's sickness passing the last 3 weeks to K, my bills and back taxes on the house 4k, and put the rest towards debt from my reckless 20s. That would be huge. No idea what's going to happen when the tax man knocks. Heck, I would have been fine if it wasn't for COVID. Oh hey, all those medical tests I need. I've been hoping to get a sleep MRI, a sleep study, and attend AEG in hospital. I can't get them right now. BC, even with insurance. The copay is ridiculous. Pay off the little bit of debt I have and then save. Would be extremely helpful. Would pay off a credit card. Maybe one student loan and the rest would disappear into another student loan. Fix my car up. Put some money into my teeth. Then TBH whatever improves my mental health. Considering both the wife and I are out of work and running out of savings. Quite a bit. It would probably mean that I could safely leave my marriage and know I'd be able to make it. It would be a safety net to get me set up on my own and to make sure my daughter has everything she needs. I can't remember how much she pays a month, but I would buy my coworkers insulin until the funds ran out. Half a paycheck go towards it each month. She is struggling. Buy me a nice car, save the rest. Help finally move out of the apartment we've been living in for 13 years. It is falling apart. When it rains, water flows in all the way to the front door. The kitchen light doesn't work. Only 4 stovetops work. Completely taken over by cockroaches. Only 2 rooms with 5 sometimes 6 people living in it. Grandma visits from another country. Bathroom handle falls off. Tub leaks. And drunk creepy neighbors plus horrible neighborhood where there are prostitutes, murders and drug dealers. We've tried moving countless of times, but we never have enough money. We told maintenance hundreds upon thousands of time, but they never cared about anything. It has been a year, and they still haven't fixed the stove or anything since our last complaint. It is a nightmare to live here. I practically grew up here. Don't want my siblings to do the same. Pay off some debt with 600. Spend 500 on myself and my partner and put 600 into savings. I could finally pay my medical bills off and get new windows so my house isn't cold or hot all the time. I would get a bachelor degree and invest in my animation career. 1/3 would go to debt. 1/3 would go to investments. 1/3 goes to fun. Buy a bunch of shit and realize the errors of my ways. Completely life changing. Would be able to move out of my country and start my life in Canada, which is what I am hoping to do. Hope you make it here one day. I wouldn't be stressed about paying out of pocket for my psychiatrist and medications. I'd be able to pay a solid chunk of the debt I accrued while in a very long manic episode. Now have been diagnosed with bipolar 1 disorder and PTSD. Been on leave with work and the being paid portion is over but not up for working while trying to figure out meds. Basically it would relieve 75 of my financial anxiety and let me get better treatments. I would like to have my shower readied. To replace my couch, it is 12 years old and I had it since my first apartment in college. And maybe a small desk for my computer. Why are you trying to give away 12,500? I would finally be able to escape my hometown and start a life in the same city as my beloved. I'd be able to open up my Etsy shop selling my art while working a full-time job that isn't one of the 4 places here to work. I might be able to finally afford something that isn't hand-me-down or thrifted. I would be able to get away from my toxic family and finally be with the one who really loves me. It would change my life in ways most wouldn't understand. The freedom it would afford me would echo throughout my life. Most people think about how $1 million would change their lives. I think about how little money would change my life and 12,500 would be beyond my wildest dreams. I feel like we're in the exact same situation. I am stuck in the south with the love in the PNW. There's nowhere to work here except fast food and Walmart, and I can't afford a car. The toxicity of my family drags me further down every day. Being surrounded by intolerance is chipping away at everything about myself that I once loved. It weirdly feels better knowing there are others in similar situations. Any links to your art? I'd love to see it. So much. My credit dipped during the pandemic. Slowly building it back up now. I have an opportunity to become a co-owner in a new bar my employers are going to open up. It's my dream. If it were not for the pandemic I could afford the loan and get approved for it. That would cover like 75 of my remaining student debt. Would be amazing to get that off my slate. Heck, at this point I'd take 12,50. I would have about 12,507. My life would literally change with that much money. I could get my teeth fixed, and that would probably help with all my depression and confidence, because a lot of it comes from the fact I have awful teeth. I would be more outgoing, and probably land better jobs and actually find someone to fall in love with, and have what most consider a normal life. Would be nice. I'd probably just use it all to do that, and jumpstart my life. 12,500, heck, how about half of that? I could help my mom not lose her house, pay her doctor bills and utilities, and maybe have a bit left over to put towards my car payment. Then I wouldn't have to worry about whether or not she's going to be okay all the time. This post made me remember that I am poor. Fun. It would let me get out of my crummy marriage without immediately dropping into abject poverty, so that would be nice. That would complete my 3 and 6 month emergency fund and I would be able to start working on other financial ventures, car, house down payments, or even prepping to go to college full time. Holy shit, I'd have the guarantee I can afford to finish school. I keep telling myself that, even though I am forced to pinch the pennies now. After graduation their lines be pouring between my fingers. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing for more videos.